Question is, what are your thoughts on reduction in force and hire younger staff to replace you? That's a great question. There are reductions in force, RIFs is what they're called, happening all over the place. They started massively in the tech sector in 2023. When we start to see big RIFs like that, we know that RIFs in every industry are coming. It's kind of like a domino effect. And so in 2024, we're seeing a massive amount of RIFs in all sectors. What happens after that is they save a lot of money in headcount and salary, and then they create new salary bands. So what a salary band is in the recruiting world is the range in which we can hire people for a job. And why does that happen? Well, we're all a commodity, and it comes down to the law of supply and demand. So when you have a contracting market and all of a sudden there are a lot more people out there that can do the same job, you will look and say, I'm overpaying. These people that I had with me a long time are now making way more than I need to be paying because there's a ton of talent out there that can easily do this job for, half the price. So this is business, right? It's unfortunate, but it's business. And so yes, we see companies massively contract, lay off expensive, more seasoned employees, and then when they're ready to hire again, recreate what they call maybe a more junior role that's in a lower salary band, and then hire those individuals back. Now, by default, who are they going to be? Younger workers with less experience. So we see this all the time. It happens in every market. I know it doesn't feel fair. I'm going to say that. I know it doesn't feel fair, but that's not how I look at it for you. So when I have somebody come into work at Daily who's a more seasoned professional that's been impacted by a reduction in force, my job is to help you understand you've just graduated to the top of the job pyramid. So you have this incredible skill set. There are far fewer jobs that will leverage all of your skill sets. But when we find those jobs, right, they're fewer, they're going to pay you the money you want and deserve, especially if you know how to brand yourself as the aspirin to their pain. What I see happen to a lot of people who get impacted by reductions in force that are more seasoned is they now go out and they try to brand themselves as the Jack or Jill of all trades, right? I can do everything. I am the BMW for the price of a Honda. Nobody buys a BMW for the price of the Honda. They don't trust it. And so what you have to get clear on is that you are a valuable brand with a very specific aspirin for their pain. And when you can do that, when you can talk about that, now all of a sudden you're the must-have candidate and they're going to pay you the extra money. But unfortunately, when these massive reductions in force happen, a lot of the seasoned workers don't understand that. They go out and they start trying to market themselves to everybody, saying they're the Jack or Jill of all trades, and they get told over and over again they're overqualified and too expensive. So we don't want that for you. When you come into work at Daily, we're going to take you through a very specific job search accountability program that creates a customized set of strategy, tools, and tactics for you where you are in your career right now, so that your brand value, which we call your UVA, your unique value add, is extremely strong and compelling. And then you're targeting these employers, which granted, there'll be fewer of them, but with this very specific, powerful message of, I am the aspirin to your pain. And that's how you're going to get hired and not care about what happens with these reductions in force, right? Because they're the reality. So we can either react and, be defensive, or we can get proactive and strategic and get the results that you're looking for. So if that made sense to you, I hope you come over and try us free for 7 days. We're free for 7 days at Work at Daily because I get it. People aren't used to working with a job search coaching service, right? Once you get in there, you'll see and understand why it's so valuable, okay? But you can do this. Don't be flustered by those reductions in force. You're going to continue to see them lower the salary bands and hire younger workers because they're cheaper.